the last-minute rush for Christmas gifts.
Just kind of shooting from the hip, as I do every year. Nothing's really planned, but it always works out.
Shoppers brave the malls searching for deals. Calgary pulls some buses off the road. The precaution coming after a shuttle bus goes up in flames. And packed National Park.
It's so beautiful and so pretty down there right now.
How the Canada Strong Pass is bringing a boost to local businesses.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Jordan Canigan.
Good afternoon. If you were hoping for a white Christmas, you are in luck. Drivers are urged to use extra caution tonight, especially on highways in rural Alberta as snow falls in many parts of the province. This is a live look at 16th Avenue Northwest near North Hill Mall. Traffic is getting lighter as many Calgarians head to family events and worship services. There are slippery sections, so you'll want to take your time getting to your destination. It's been a snowy day for last-minute Christmas shoppers in Calgary. Light snow has been falling for much of the day in cold conditions. Emergency crews responding to several crashes on slippery streets, but there are no serious injuries reported. Canada Olympic Park was busy with skiers and boarders, and many people were out blowing snow off vehicles and clearing their sidewalks today. Let's bring in Jody Hughes now, and you know what? Let's make it positive. The cooler, snowy temperature really makes it feel like Christmas, right?
Well, it does, and it's added some fresh snow on the roofs, so
yes.
Nice for the sleigh and the reindeer.
Exactly.
Maybe not as nice for us on the roads, obviously, but we are going to see a big warm-up overnight and bring us into more above seasonal temperatures once again. We have a chance of snow within the Calgary area, but not significant, and the same sort of story for our friends in Red Deer, where they have had a lot, and Lethbridge looking at less of a chance earlier, but then seeing some precipitation, freezing rain possible. Your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen, family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen, and you'll notice by tomorrow morning it will be warmer than tonight. By the afternoon, up to -3.
Thank you, Jody. A man has been charged in 2 break-and-enters earlier this week. Police were first called to a home in Bowness around 4 a.m. Sunday after a suspicious man tried to get into a home. Police could not locate the suspect, but 2 hours later, homeowners a few blocks away found a stranger in their home. Officers confirmed the stranger was the same man connected to the earlier break-and-enter attempt. The man was arrested, charged, and released from custody. And the next day, police say he was spotted breaking into a home under construction in the same neighborhood. 22-year-old Jet DeVost has been charged with 2 counts of break-and-enter. Chestermere RCMP is looking for 2 people believed to be responsible for a violent home invasion. Shortly before 6 a.m. Monday, officers responded to a home in Lakeview Landing. RCMP say the men entered the home, assaulted one of the homeowners, then fled. The victim was taken to hospital but is recovering. The suspects were wearing dark clothing and masks. It's believed they were driving a mid-2000s Ford F-150. If you have information, call police or Crime Stoppers. Calgary Transit has pulled 19 shuttle buses from service after one caught fire earlier this month. A bus driver was transported to hospital on December 12th, but a shuttle bus went up in flames just east of Nose Hill Drive. The city says buses of the same model were removed from service as a precaution. Once they are deemed safe, they will be returned to service. Replacement shuttles have been deployed. Well, it's Christmas Eve and last-minute shoppers are everywhere in stores, online, and maybe even fighting over the last gift on the shelf. Our Mason DePatie joins us from Market Mall now. Mason, what were the crowds like there today?
Well, Jordan, when I got to the mall about a half hour after it opened, the parking lot was already almost full. Shoppers tell me that they left their shopping until the very last minute as a mix of tradition, panic, and a little holiday fun. Speaking with a retail analyst, he says this holiday season, shoppers were extra budget conscious. He says many were looking for sales and used the major buying days like Black Friday to get a head start on their Christmas list. I will have more of a breakdown on the holiday spending habits in the 6. In the meantime, here's some thoughts from today's brave shoppers.
Just kind of shooting from the hip, as I do every year. Nothing's really planned, but it always works out.
I think a lot of stores already have Boxing Day stuff on, so it's nice because, yeah, a lot of stuff is on sale.
Like clothes, lots of clothes, and some other items too, but yeah, nothing crazy.
And Jordan, the mall did just close at 5, so if you're in need of a very last-minute Christmas gift, you're out of luck here. You'll probably have to settle for a gift card from the grocery store or maybe get quite creative at the gas station.
Some good tips, Mason. Thank you. A Kensington burger joint cooked up 1,000 meals for the less fortunate on Wednesday morning. Flippin' Burgers staff grilled, garnished, and wrapped up the free burgers to say thanks to the city they love. Anyone who was hungry and who passed by the restaurant had the opportunity to grab a free meal. The rest were packaged up for shelters.
We're cooking up almost around 1,000 burgers today, 400 for the drop-in center and 400 for the mustard seat, and then over 200 are going to be walk-ins. After we're done these burgers, a lot of people's stomachs are going to be full and they're going to have a smile on their face.
It was the 7th year Flippin' Burgers has done the Christmas Eve give back. They say they plan to do it as long as people are hungry. Another Calgary restaurant is ensuring its community is well fed this Christmas.
Community does a lot for us, and Christmas is the season for giving back, for the happiness, enjoyment, and we want to be the part of this.
Tomorrow from 1 to 7 p.m. the Auburn Bay A&W is serving up Mama Burger combo meals at no charge. The restaurant has been offering a free Christmas Day meal since it first opened back in 2016. This A&W frequently steps up to help neighbors through fundraisers during crisis. Well, a delicate holiday mission is now underway. For the 70th straight year, the team at the North American Aerospace Defense Command have their eyes in the sky, tracking the big man in red as he travels around the world. Major General David Moore is assisting with operations at the NORAD Santa Tracker headquarters. He says they take the job of tracking Santa very seriously.
It started with one child calling into our operations center, and now millions and millions of interested children who are making use of the website, the call center. Last year we got 380,000 calls, including I think 60,000 calls during one hour segment from kids who are calling in for updates on Santa Claus. So just really proud, and it's just a great initiative for our entire team, and we like to think for the entire community.
So far, Santa has dropped off nearly 5 billion presents as kids from all over the world keep an eye on when he'll be coming down their chimney. Well, still ahead, the free passes and discounts you can get across Canada. How the Canada Strong Pass is providing a big boost in Waterton. And if you have a news tip, you can text us at 10400. As many enjoy the festive season, the federal government has brought back its Canada Strong Pass for the holidays. While the winter months can be quiet for destinations like Waterton Lakes National Park, businesses are hoping the free admission will lure in visitors during the off-season. Carson Marsuk reports.
It's the off-season in Waterton Lakes National Park, but businesses say the summer destination is busier than usual.
It's so beautiful and so pretty down there right now, and you get the park to yourself, and there's quite a bit open. There's 4 hotels that are open now, 2 restaurants. It's actually 3 restaurants, sorry. There'll be a gift shop open for the winter.
And more businesses are staying open as the federal government has relaunched its Canada Strong Pass for the holiday season. From December 12th to January 15th, Canadians can take advantage of free admission into national parks, discounts on overnight stays with Parks Canada, and free entry into museums.
The forecast looks good coming up. So there's been quite a bump for the next sort of 2 weeks, especially through the holiday season. So yeah, we're feeling it, and we're hoping it's going to continue on and keep Waterton busy.
The national park will enter 2026 coming off one of its busiest years on record. While no final numbers have been released, Parks Canada says there's been an 11% increase compared to last summer. And 2024 marked the second busiest year for Waterton Lakes, with more than 540,000 visitors passing through the gates.
In the evenings, early mornings, that's when we felt that normal feel for Waterton, not that craziness. It was a lot of day traffic, but a lot of Canadians. I've never seen so many Canadians enjoying Waterton Park and exploring it and seeing it for the very first time, which is amazing.
In October, the number of Canadian resident return trips from the U.S. was down more than 26% year over year.
Travel is changing a lot, right? We've seen that a lot this year with people maybe not venturing as far. Again, because of some of the uncertainty in the market, people do look for things a little closer to home. We know that, leisure travel has been really effective for us this year.
During the shoulder season, Parts Canada is undergoing a visitor use management review, looking at ways to manage the increase in tourists during the busy season.
There's a lot to look forward to for us. So we're really excited about the coming summer.
Kars Marsuk, CTV News, Lethbridge.
And the Canada Strong Pass will also be returning in summer 2026, offering opportunities to discover what the country has to offer. And Jody, a lot of people, of course, wanting to get outside over the next few days for the Christmas holidays. Is it going to be nice enough to be out there long, though?
Really depends on what your window is, because we have yes and no, so both are true. This is one of those yes and situations where we have cloud cover right now. We had another really cold day as we take a look outside with our Skywatch weather camera. If you are trying to figure out what the weather will be like for Santa and crew, we do expect temperatures to be a little bit chillier, but there's that fresh snow, of course, minus 18, but will warm up in the overnight period. It will feel like minus 24 at first. Thankfully, he has that big jacket, and then by the afternoon tomorrow we're back into temperatures that will be very different. For us here on the ground, though, if we're not powered by a bunch of reindeer, we have some compromised visibility throughout Alberta, and we're looking at some poor driving conditions in some areas and that fluctuation in temperatures, so not ideal for travel. Also impacting a lot of folks as far as those pressure changes and the impact that has on our bodies. We have minus 21 right now here in Calgary and minus 16 in Lethbridge, minus 12 in Medicine Hat, and then minus 21 up in Edmonton, minus 26 in Fort McMurray. There are still some yellow level cold warnings, yellow level snowfall warnings into central Alberta, the cold in the north, and then yellow level freezing rain warnings. You'd think that might not be possible when we're talking about temperatures in the minus teens. However, it's that warm up that's about to occur that will lead to that precipitation falling in a mixed form or potentially as freezing rain. I wanted to show you what it was like, though, over the past 12 hours. We had our snow earlier, then moving up toward the capital region, but then it's getting stuck there as we have this system that's tracking into Saskatchewan, and so it's not allowing it to continue to move into the northern regions. So more precipitation there. Minus 16 for our daytime high today, and minus 13 in Lethbridge, minus 12 in Medicine Hat, and that's what I'm talking about. You normally wouldn't be talking about freezing rain with values like that, but then when we look at tomorrow's daytime highs, minus 3 here, plus 1 in Lethbridge, and minus 4 in Medicine Hat. So it's that warming up that will be occurring, and that temperature profile within the atmosphere will allow some of that moisture that is frozen to melt and then fall onto a frozen surface. And we'll just continue with this fluctuation over the next 10 days, peaking at about 4 degrees on Monday, and our coldest temperature just 2 days earlier at minus 19. So a 23-degree difference in daytime highs from Saturday to Monday, assuming I did my math well. Now, the other problem with this, of course, is the impact. We've had an enormous amount of snow into our mountains. And so when you have those fluctuations in temperature, especially this early in the season, you get a very unstable base in some locations. And that's why we're talking about some areas that are under a high risk for avalanche or a considerable risk, as well as that moderate risk. And we're, as I said, still early in the season. The likelihood of that precipitation turning into freezing rain will occur just after midnight. You'll see that in the southernmost portion of our province, but it will be short-lived. That's at around 1. We hate to pinpoint by the hour, but just to give you an idea, early in the overnight period, and then by about 3, 4 a.m. should already be into Saskatchewan. We'll see some clearing for tomorrow before another wave on Thursday with that warmer air before it starts to cool off again. So now we're doing the reversal of that, and we may see more freezing rain or mixed precipitation as we head into Friday. Around southern Alberta, we'll see warmer daytime highs for tomorrow and then starting to cool off, especially as we get into Saturday. As far as the Calgary area, we're dropping right back down in temperature by Friday, -12. We'll see -19 on Saturday and then back up to -3 on Sunday and 4 degrees for Monday.
As we approach Christmas Day, the province continues to see a high number of flu cases. The province recorded more than 2,700 lab-confirmed flu cases on the week of December 14th. That's the highest weekly total since at least the 2009-2010 flu season. 8 more people have died of the flu in Alberta. Another 23,000 people got flu shots over the past week in the province, and 20% of Calgarians are vaccinated. The province says getting the flu shot is the best way to protect yourself from influenza. The federal government is planning to release a new strategy on men's and boys' health in 2026. Advocates have been calling for such a strategy to address issues that prevent men from getting the care they need. A report from the advocacy group Movember Institute of Men's Health and researchers at the University of British Columbia found 75,000 men died prematurely in 2023, and many of the deaths were from preventable causes. The report also found that men are about 3 times more likely to die by suicide than women. Still ahead, an Alberta market selling goods only from provincial producers. We'll bring you inside the shop that's completely locally sourced. An all-Alberta food market is open in Okotoks. All the items in the store are locally sourced, putting an emphasis on local. Sean Become opened the Sheep River Market about a month ago. He sells fresh produce, dairy, meats, and cheese, along with local sauces. All the meat is sourced within 50 kilometers of the store and includes chicken, beef, elk, bison, and lamb. He also receives fresh produce from greenhouses in nearby Foothills County. Become's shop is also located in one of the oldest buildings in Alberta, which was a former post office and general store a century ago.
I was a chef for 20 years, and so I've been working with lots of these producers already in the chef world, but I found these products were really hard to access in a regular grocery store or for the average consumer. You could buy things in wholesale or by the case, but I could not access the food from the farms in this county or in this MD.
Become plans to reopen December 30th and 31st, but will welcome even more shoppers in the new year. A few Albertans could be waking up on Christmas morning a millionaire. The Lotto Corporation says 2 tickets purchased somewhere outside of Calgary and Edmonton both won the $1 million Max Millions prize. A third Albertan is sharing a Max Millions prize with a ticket sold in Ontario, earning $500,000. If you purchased a Lotto Max ticket, be sure to check it carefully. The winners have 1 year to claim the prize. Well, layer up, it's cold. Right now in Calgary, it's -21 with light snow. Jody will be back with all the details after the break. Jody, it's a really good night to just stay in with family, yes, or maybe some last-minute Christmas shopping or wrapping.
Wrapping, yes.
Yes.
Wrapping indeed,
Yeah,
yes,
me too.
until very late. But we are definitely looking at a good reason to stay inside too. There are still some warnings in place around our region with yellow level snow warnings, snowfall warnings, and some yellow level freezing rain warnings in the southeast. More precipitation heading in toward the west in areas in central Alberta, and then temperature-wise, we will be warming up after that. So tomorrow will be a better day, and then we start to see some pretty cool temperatures for Friday and Saturday once again.
Thank you, Jody. Every year, the iconic Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel transforms into a winter wonderland. It's not just because the newly fallen snow makes it look like the set of a Hallmark movie. Every year, the hotel brings in designer Corey Christopher to turn the building into a Christmas masterpiece. His team of a dozen people spends weeks creating the massive displays, from mirrored trees to nature-themed archways with thousands of ornaments woven through the halls. Christopher says the real magic isn't in the decorations themselves, but in the reactions from visitors who discover them.
There's a lot of ornaments, there's a lot of magic, there's an insane amount of ribbon and garlands, tons of trees, but it's really about making those moments special during the holiday season. And the castle lends itself to creating these little moments of magic that you can stumble across and experience. And sometimes it's a simple tree, or it's an entire forest, or it's a wow installation that hopefully you go, wow.
Wow, indeed. The Christmas decorations at the Banff Springs Hotel start coming down on January 3rd. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We'll leave you with a look at some of the wonderful Christmas lights around Calgary and a list of the names of our CTV Calgary staff who help bring you the news every day. Merry Christmas.